Hello, it's Kiwi Capri, and I'm sorry the lighting is really bad because the sun is coming up. Now, um, I just saw, I'm in shock right now, and my voice is a little crazy now because, um, let me take my glasses off, they're gonna be distracting. Basically, uh, yesterday, the winds in Oklahoma were crazy, and I was working with my amazing, patients. And I was talking to a coworker and I told her, "Hey, the wind is real crazy out there. Can you believe it?" And then she told me, "I know, right? Have you looked outside?" And I kid you not, when I looked outside, it was very dusty. I have never seen so much dust in the air before in Oklahoma or ever. But then I thought it looked like smoke. So, I go back towards home, finish my other building, um, and then everywhere looks dusty. So I'm thinking it's just dust in the air because there was a lot of sand, dust, and everything in the air. Like the wind was blowing between 30 to 60 miles per hour. Now, I get up early for finally force myself to get up because I have to do things later on today. I have an appointment. I get all the way to work early. And I know there's a note on the door, which I thought was weird, but I was like, let's just go in. You got to get stuff done, then you got to go. And then I noticed I went to one person's room, nobody was there. I went to another person's room, no one's there. And I noticed that the parking lot was empty. And so I was like, this is weird. So it turns out that my patients had been evacuated because there was what do you call it? I guess a grass fire. And it sounded like a nightmare to me because first of all, the fire most likely started right when I was leaving the building. And so it's so crazy how you can narrowly miss disasters without even knowing it. That's kind of scary. And I was in shock when he told me that all the patients had been evacuated. But I went and I was like, since I'm in shock, I was like, I have to see this for myself because what, And I was worried yesterday because I thought, you know, I have a home. And the scariest thing about having your own house is worrying about, well, what happens if there's a natural disaster? Yeah, I have insurance, but how long does that take and how does that work? You know? And I went and I looked at people's houses. First, I went down one road. I didn't see anything. And I was like, I saw grass burned. And I was like, this makes no sense. I must have went the wrong way. And then I turned around, went the other way, and saw all the. It's crazy. Like, I'm in shock. It. I've never seen anything like that. I don't watch war movies or nothing like that. So it's more shocking for me. Um, but seeing the cars burned, and it was like a tornado because some houses were burned down completely, and then you had houses that were not touched at all. Then you had like yards that were completely burned and houses that weren't touched at all. And there was even a few houses I saw, they're still fighting with this fire because they're still like, there's still houses on fire. So if the wind picks up again, which I hope to God it doesn't, we could have a really big problem. So, I'm glad that my building at least, um, is not affected. Sorry for the weird angle. I know I look weird. I guess I could have talked like this, but I'm not gonna redo this video because I feel like if I redo it, it's not gonna be authentic. Um, But yeah, I'm in shock. I guess I'll go to my next place, but it's I didn't have my camera, so I I took some pictures and I did a video, and it's not going to be that great of quality um because Android phones suck. But I'm not going to lie, I felt guilty because what is really sad is seeing someone standing in the middle of all their house that's gone, and it burned the houses to the ground. I have never seen anything like that before. And especially to know that there's one house that's not touched but the other one is. That's concerning. This year has been very shocking to me. Whether it's the weather, tornadoes happening all over the place already, fires all over the place, plane crashes. I don't even want to say what else the heck, is going to happen. And then now, since we're going into a recession, which everybody needs to prepare for, I'm going to make videos on preparing for that. And I'm kind of mad that I started late. But I mean, I'm young and I didn't expect all this to happen. This kind of feels like life is falling apart, doesn't it? But you still got to keep the smile going. I stayed so long, actually, looking at all these houses that it affected my breathing a little bit. Very sad situation, and I hope that it gets better. And I'm so glad that they took care of this so it didn't become like California. So, good luck. I'm not going to even say my end spill because this is a different type of video. I just wanted to share my story because I'm still in shock. I'm just glad that, I got out safe, everybody got out safe, and that it didn't come near my neighborhood. I'm way far from that, but still it's scary. Alright, y'all have a great day. I'll share the pictures I have. Please don't make fun of me. It's not my fault. But I got a few pictures, and I guess I'll start carrying my camera because I guess you don't know what's gonna happen.